Namaste everyone, I am your co-host Shravani ma'am. Welcome to your favorite learning channel. The topic for today's video is Introduction to Prokaryotic Cell Bacteria. So we all are familiar with the term cell and we know that all the living organisms are composed of cells. But now let's learn about the prokaryotic cell. So the term prokaryote is derived, it is derived from two Greek words. Now these two Greek words are, one is pro means before. The term pro means before, and the second term is karyon. Karyon means nucleus. So what are these prokaryotes? Let's see. Prokaryotes, these are the organisms. They are organisms which lack membrane bound organelles like nucleus. So instead of nucleus they have nucleolus. We will study about it in detail. Nucleus, then they also lack mitochondria and other such membrane bound organelles are absent or can't be found in a prokaryotic cell. And these prokaryotes or prokaryotic cells, they are mainly or mostly single celled and microscopic. So these organisms are mostly single celled organisms. They are mostly single celled and microscopic, which means we need a help of a microscope in order to visualize such organisms. An example of a prokaryotic cell could be bacterium or bacteria. Bacteria are prokaryotes. Now we can see here a structure of a prokaryotic cell. We will study each of the parts of a prokaryotic cell one by one. So to begin with, we will start with capsule. So the capsule are mainly present outside the cell wall. They are present outside the cell wall. Now what happens is, due to the presence of this capsule, bacteria has an ability or gets an ability to cause disease. Hence capsule can also be called as, it is also known as the virulence factor, because when capsule is present in a bacterium, that bacteria has the ability to cause disease. Apart from this, the capsule also protects the bacterial cell from being engulfed by cells like macrophages. Then next we will talk about is the cell wall. So the cell wall surrounds the plasma membrane. It surrounds the plasma membrane, and this cell wall what it does, it protects the cell. It protects the cell, okay, and prevents from physical damage, and it prevents from physical damage, okay. So this was about the cell wall. Next we are going to talk about the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. So the plasma membrane surrounds the cytoplasm. So there is cytoplasm which is surrounded by a plasma membrane, and the plasma membrane is in turn surrounded by cell wall, and the cell wall is then surrounded by capsule which is present in some bacteria, okay. So what does this plasma membrane do? It is a semi-permeable membrane. It is a semi-permeable membrane. So as it is a semi-permeable membrane, it allows the passage of only certain ions and molecules to move inside and outside the cell, okay. As it allows the passage of only certain ions and molecules to move inside and outside the cell, it is also known as a semi-permeable membrane, okay. So next we will move on to the structure or the part of the prokaryotic cell called ribosomes. Ribosomes are known as, they are the protein factories. They are the protein factories of cell, okay. So why they are called protein factories? Because ribosomes help in the synthesis of proteins in prokaryotic cell, and the prokaryotic ribosome, it is the prokaryotic ribosome, it is of 70S type, okay, and here the S stands for, it stands for Swedberg's unit, okay. So it is 70S type. Now what is Swedberg's unit? It is a measure of the rate of sedimentation in centrifugation, okay. So and the ribosomes help in the synthesis of proteins, hence they are called protein factories of the cells. Now let's move on and see what are plasmids. So these plasmids are extra chromosomal DNA molecules. They are extra chromosomal DNA molecules, okay, which are usually circular, okay, and they can replicate independently. They replicate independently, okay, that is independent of the replication of the chromosomal DNA, okay. Next we will study about pili. So what are these pili? They are elongated tubular structures. They are elongated tubular structures, okay, and they help in conjugation, which help in the process of conjugation in bacteria, okay. So the next structure that we are going to study about is flagellum. Flagellum. So they are hair-like helical appendages. Okay, they are hair-like helical appendages, and they help in motility. What do? They help in motility of the bacterium, okay. Then the next structure is nucleoid. So what is nucleoid? So this nucleoid is present in prokaryotic cell instead of nucleus, okay. So it is irregularly shaped, okay. This is irregularly shaped region that contains, okay, containing the genetic material, of the prokaryotic cell or of the bacteria, and the genetic material is usually circular DNA. It is circular DNA, okay. So just quickly we will revise now the things that we have studied. So we saw that the prokaryote is a term that is derived from two Greek words. One is pro, which means before. The other one is karyon, which means nucleus. Now prokaryotes are those organisms that lack membrane bound organelles like nucleus, mitochondria, etc. So these organisms are mostly single celled and microscopic, for example bacteria. Now let's see the structure of a prokaryotic cell from this diagram. So we can see this is capsule. So we have already studied that capsules are usually present outside the cell wall of bacterium. They act as virulence factors as they enhance the bacteria's ability to cause disease. They also protect the bacterial cell from being engulfed by macrophages, okay. Then we saw there is cell wall. This one is the cell wall. So cell wall, what it does, it surrounds the plasma membrane. We can see this is plasma membrane, the next layer, okay. So this plasma membrane is surrounded by cell wall, which protects the cell. The cell wall protects the cell and prevents from physical damage. Then the plasma membrane, what it does, it surrounds the cytoplasm. This one is cytoplasm and it is surrounded by plasma membrane. So plasma membrane acts as a semi-permeable membrane that helps in the passage of only certain molecules and ions. Then we can see there is cytoplasm. So this cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid present within the plasma membrane, okay. Then we saw ribosomes. Ribosomes are called protein factories as they help in the synthesis of proteins in a bacteria, and these ribosomes in bacteria are of 70S type. Then we saw plasmids. Plasmids are extra chromosomal DNA molecules which are small, circular in shape, and they have the ability to replicate independently. Then there is pili. Pili are elongated tubular structures. We can see they are elongated tubular structures which help in bacterial conjugation. Then there is bacterial flagellum. They help in motility of the bacteria. They are hair-like helical appendages. Okay, we can see they are hair-like and the structure is helical. Then there is nucleoid region having circular DNA. This is the nucleoid region. It is an irregularly shaped region which contains the genetic material of the bacterium, that is the circular DNA. Okay, so this we have covered the overall structure of a prokaryotic cell, that is a bacterial cell. Okay, I hope you all would have got some great insights by watching today's video. Please do not forget to share and like the video. Till then, thank you for watching.